This is my video about Delray Beach Y. In December of 2001, I started working as a staff assistant in the City of Delray Beach Code Enforcement Department. The only thing I know historical about Delray Beach is that the 9/11 pilots were in the same library where I'm recording this video. Well, the 9/11 pilots, they had a problem because the Air Force came into Afghanistan and stayed there. And there was a lot of death. And they didn't know how to end the war. Finally, China helped Afghanistan with COVID to get Americans from their country. In my situation, I realized that the Jehovah's Witnesses came to my house in 1967 and impacted my life. But I didn't realize that it was a huge betrayal at that time. But I just use this as an illustration of them coming into the airport, the Jehovah's Witnesses in here. They have now built kingdom halls in Jamaica. However, it was a conflict because I belonged to an Anglican high school for girls only. And the Queen had put Cambridge University in our high schools. So we were very focused on a good education. We even wore uniforms. Our core values were focused on education and learning. You have core values by the age of 10 years old. Then you have a value system by the time you're 21 years old. These are the 9/11 pilots who were in the city of Delray Beach. They used the library, they had a store, and they had some incidents with the police. But most importantly, they could not do videos like I do. They did terrorism because that's, if you go to the anthropology department of FAU, you know that they are tribal and nomad, and so they resort to terrorism. Whereas Jamaicans who are gleaners, who had Cambridge University in their high schools, we tend to go into a lot of discussion and debate. I did spend 3 days with the Muslim in West Delray. I slept in their house. I slept in the living room, and he slept in the bedroom, master bedroom, during Ramadan. This is the plan for Delray Beach, which caused a lot of conflict because they're taking 2 blocks north and 2 blocks south of Atlantic Avenue for tourism and development. Caused some conflict taking the properties. In Jamaica, we don't have that problem. We have people with large amounts of money, like Errol Flynn bought an island in Jamaica. That's mostly how we develop our tourism in Jamaica. And the Queen used to vacation in Jamaica. And Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were also at a wedding in Jamaica. This is just a little kind of conflict I have in Delray Beach Library. I removed myself from here for a little bit. It's a lot of sort of gang activities. They stole my wallet and my passport, and I wrote a letter to the director of the library, copied the chief of police, and copied a lady who helps the community. So my highs and lows are in the city of Delray Beach. This is when I worked for the city of Delray Beach. I had 2 properties. I had a condo and a townhouse, and this was when I had a false arrest by the sheriff, who, because I was on TV, they might have recognized me or might not. However, it was a false arrest, and I present the details to many people. So 1967 started my conflict of why Americans came to my house, parents' house in Jamaica, and what the Jehovah's Witness is about. But this conflict is resolved now. I was not at the library because I had to do the police report. This is a card from the police when you report. But I had numerous robberies in Delray Beach. It's outrageous. 5 bikes and so many other robberies. It seemed like it's permitted by the police or the community. I don't deal very well with conflict, so I asked Florida Atlantic University to help me. They have conflict management course in the criminology department. I find that the problems with big money doing the construction and doing the gentrification, cause a lot of conflict in the community, and conflict trickles down. A person whose property is being taken from them or being threatened, like in Boca Raton, I met some people who are saying they're going to give them vouchers Some people have banners up complaining about people trying to take their properties, which are east. And this kind of conflict trickles down in the community where people have a bad temper even in the store. Because we have so many different kinds of societies, the 9/11 pilots were tribal and nomad. Jamaicans are gleaners because of our education system and because of the things the European Union did for us in the 1990s. However, Americans are hunter-gatherers. I am doing these videos because I have a civic duty to my son who was killed, and also since I started working in government in the summer, I worked for the government of Jamaica when I was 16. This is just an illustration of how just the Jehovah's Witnesses coming to the airport and the Jackson 5 also representing Jehovah's Witnesses coming to Jamaica and how they impacted the community. It's about the conflict I've been in since 1967. I'm still in conflict today, and I simply decided to go to work. When I was 16, my mother sent me to work, and it was a good solution. How the Queen made us gleaners is by installing Cambridge University in our high schools. 1995, the European Union was sending tranches of money into credit unions in Jamaica to expand small business. If you could not get a job, you could start a business. So she was encouraging full employment. While I worked for the European Union project, I noticed they do have the stiff upper lip, but they do have grace, even though they were bringing large tranches of money into the credit unions. They do not go into the hunter-gatherers, gossiping, shunning, ridicule, ostracism, or public defamation. Anyway, so we also had a newspaper called the Jamaica Gleaner, and that was to remind us that we are gleaners, and I've been reminding my family. I noticed that some hunter-gatherers, they will import animals from foreign countries and hunt them because that's part of the society where they need to hunt. So I expressed my feeling that I've been like as the prey code because I've been a prey. I've been stalked and peeled. And I guess the worst scenario is that I end up like O.J. Simpson's wife, dead and no one charged. The whole process in the United States is so negative, and I spoke to Time Dunn and Black Lives Matter because we have two gifted children in a generation. This one, he's a PhD neurosurgeon, and this one ends up dead. So I told Black Lives Matter and Time Dunn, I feel that full employment is a solution to the problem. This is my family. My family's, they're gleaners. So we helped each other. We help each other's children. These are the Muslim. They are tribal and nomad. And some people encountered them here in Delray Beach. Well, 2022, the Chinese and Afghanistan, they're working together in construction. 2023, the Chinese and Islam, they're sharing financial cooperation. And the Chinese sold their robot called Sophia to Saudi Arabia. This is about core values. And the value of cooperation is a core value which, well, it's a personal value which you have at 21 years old. And China and Muslim are now sharing a core value of cooperation. Our betrayal is that China put COVID out and built a hospital in 7 days. And the other betrayal, which started in 1967 for me, was when the Jehovah's Witnesses came to my house and they started a building program, a volunteer building construction program, which now they have US $23 billion in land and buildings all over the world.